So, good day to you peeps. Liesl here once more, and as promised, coming to you with the second video and one or two nice surprises, I must say, of the day, of our latest little creation, the green machine. And yes, she is now guitar shaped, although not fully set up yet. But I thought before we did the final setup, I would bring you today's progress so you can see just what we have been up to today. And it's been fairly hot again today, or at least for me it has, although not too bad. It's about 23 Celsius, which I think is in the upper 70s Fahrenheit. Anyway, enough from me and straight in. So yeah, one or two of us were about early today, thanks B. And yeah, we did start this one pretty early, about just 5 past this morning. Have stopped a couple of times, but then continued in the afternoon. And so I'll bring this a bit closer to the camera, probably cut my head off, but this is more important. Okay, it is for this video anyway. Yes, so here we go. So, if we remember, if we do remember, last time we were working on the neck, and this morning we were grinding the corners on the neck, and I did think that probably we would go in and repaint where we sanded the edges for the neck and all this sort of thing, but I had a better idea, yes, using our marvellous homemade wood stain. So check this. I decided instead to go in on the grooves with the turmeric and the tea and a bit of thyme, and as you can see, we've now got these beautiful Go Faster stripes, whoops, on the back of the neck. Yeah, probably will touch that in a little bit more, as one or two snags need doing as well actually, which I will come to now actually. Holes done for the pegs, and the pegs are in. You can see that I did chip some of it, so our usual carpenter's fairy dust and wood glue to effect a nice repair. Same on the back. That is pretty much dry now because it has been a nice warm day, but I'm just going to very finely sand that with some very fine grit sandpaper and go back over with a bit more of the enamel so that the headstock is nice and green and looking clean. And there it is. Hold it against me, you can see the colour a little better. And there it is. Yep. Quite pleased with that. The result looks nice, I think, with the contrast between the back of the neck and the fingerboard. Bolted on at the back with a couple of standard bolts, and yes, the lid is back on, and there we go. You can see inside there's the electrics. So yeah, you can open and close this one. If we move on to the inside, you can see because the lid is flat to the edge and there's no kind of recess, I decided, well, basically I needed to bury the heads of the bolts into the heel on this little instrument so that basically the lid would shut, hence the reason that the long parts of the bolts are exposed and coming out the back of the instrument. I actually think that's quite nice. It's very rustic, and basically it was the only practical way to do it. That is simply bolted in and it's going nowhere. Drilled the inside to receive all the electrics, so there's the jack plug and there's the dial for the volume control. I had to sort of drill a couple of little recesses in there. It took me a couple of goes, and yeah, as you can see, we screwed the lid back on. The screws have been sat on that shelf for about 2 weeks now. But at least Liesl didn't lose them. And it's quite nice, I think, because you've got it kind of in relief. You've got the 55 and then the white with the green and gold writing. Font, you shut it, it's kind of green with the white. You get the picture anyway. Color coded volume control, all nicely working. I haven't actually tested it again yet. I tested the piezo when I bought it, so it should be alright. Fancy little cap on the jack plug, which I thought just gave it a nice touch. It's mounted on top of a washer just to keep it kind of sturdy, etc, even. You can see I've not put the saddle on yet, because basically I want to do that when we line the strings up. We're going to have a hinge on the top with 2 holes. So again, that will be on the front on this one. And then the bridge. I'm not really sure quite what I'm going to use for the bridge yet. I might go with a nut and bolt, or I might even make a wooden bridge for this. I'm not sure. I've got to weigh 1 or 2 things up really. But I think you would agree. For all things green, this has turned out quite a little beauty. Yep, basically once we've got that all recoloured, I will obviously put the screws in to hold the machine heads in place. And I do think that's quite a nice little result really. And look at that neck. Mustard, that's what I'm saying. Put a lot of work into that this morning, but I'm very pleased with it. Slides nicely at an angle. Look, should we see if we can get a good thumbnail shot? There she is. Yep, and that's about it. Obviously I will clean her up a little bit. I do like the glossy finish on there. First time we've ever painted one. I think it's well worth it with the gloss. A couple of coats. Let that dry completely on top of our primer. But again, you know, I think it was well worth the effort. And so far anyway, I'm saying job's a good one. So there it is really, just a very quick and informal video just to catch us up on this one. And yeah, next time you see her, well, either the strings will be on or we will string her actually live on camera. So then we can see how this one sounds. I use silver grommets this time. I was going to go with gold, but I thought the silver would be a nice contrast with the pegs. I do like those half moons. And actually there was a perfect half moon, waxing moon this morning as I got up. So I thought that's quite appropriate really. And it all adds to this sort of mystique of this little one here. Definitely one that I want to play. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Yeah, and as they say, it's been emotional. You know, I put a lot of hours into this one. Yeah, starting to take shape. You know, what you start with as a pile of junk suddenly becomes a guitar, and like, well, you see the whole process on this one. So for now, I will leave it there. Yeah, there's nothing more I can add really. If there's anything you would like to add, please do put it in the comments. And once more, really that leaves only for me to say, wherever you are, do stay safe. Whatever you're doing, do stay blessed. And whatever life brings, keep building. Okay then peeps, bye for now. Bye.